Hey traders, Nick here. Today is Friday. Market just closed. What is it? 128. Exhausted. We had a pretty wild live session. So you're looking at my screen right now. I share this screen with all of these windows live every day, all day. The group made out like bandits today. We tracked the action. We traded the RUT late in the day. Turned 60 cents into $13 per contract, so $60 would have paid $1,300 based on this post right here. And the XSP, which is the SPX, basically tiny SPX, the XSP, we took it from 85 cents to I think $4 and change. I booked early, of course, but it doesn't matter. I'm busy trying to find the lines and share the trades. So as long as they made, I know I got hit with messages of somebody, a few people that have knocked it out of the park. So let's see who that is. All right, interruption. Okay, so great day in the market, how it ended. Not because I wanted a green scoreboard. This is the overall look. Because I wanted the price action to make sense. And except for that little jaunt negative somewhere in the middle, late in the day, earlier in the day, I should say. Everything else played out according to normal price action. The score was incredibly bullish, which is a good start. So let's see what happens. Disclosure, I left some longs into next week. So I did book my longs for today. Did not nail the top, but they were 220% wins. And I left longs for next week untouched because they were not running out of time. So today I'm covering AMC as an update. And this is only for the chart. I'm not talking fundamentals or anything. I'm just trying to help somebody that has not been trading a long time, who may be open to the idea that, hey, maybe machines are in control to a degree. So some of the stuff happens according to what the machines think. Therefore, they're somewhat predictable. And I did draw, I believe I did a video on it before. So this is going to be consistent with what I said and maybe the same lines as before. So here are the lines that I had on there. So if I let me walk you through the lines that are there and how the price action played out. All right. So somewhere here is where I did these lines. And usually when we get a bounce, I draw this and I say beware of the U-turn, because the bounces almost always will find sellers. Wherever they were trying to hold support, they become resistance levels. So I said, beware of this. So then when that happens, it's almost every time. You get a fork in the road. You hold higher lows. So that would be the option one, where the bulls say, okay, you took us down here the last time, bears. This time we're going to hold higher. And you do progress. Or you continue and retest the neckline and you lose it. So I had, if you lose it, this was my scenario. And they're coming close to my scenario. But what happens here is up to how strong the bulls are with confidence. So the pops will be sold by machines. That's the knee-jerk reaction from the machines from here on out. So if I go, is this 1 day? So if I go to shorter time frame, same thing, shorter time frame. I just zoomed in a little bit. These pops will be sold by machines until the bulls break certain levels. Of course, the first level is the neckline itself, which is around $20. If you can use a $20 round number, it's very important. In fact, my message was from my last video, I think, or last post I did. If you lose $20, it's going to be difficult for the bears to recover it, bulls to recover it, and it's going to be easier for the bears to smack the price down lower, even to the single digits. Now, I'm not calling it for the single digits. In fact, I'm going to say that the fans of the stock are incredibly strong, so they're going to try to save it. But if I buy a hit here, let's say I'm catching the falling knife, and I get long here, and it pops to here, I'm out. Because I believe that the machines will try to hit it hard in a descending channel. So if I were to say, okay, what's the price path going to look like? It's going to look like this. So they're going to keep trying to bang it down like they did with TTD, like they did with Affirm. They'll keep repeating the same thing until somebody steps up and breaks a level. So this is an important level, 18, 18.1, 18.2. But the big one is 20. So if you break 18.2, you can breathe a sigh of relief that this is not happening, this guy. So you want to be careful that they're not creating this descending trend. And then every pop will be sold to a degree, almost systemically like this. And then you'll end up with a descending channel before you know it. And that's what they look like. If you look at a lot of small caps, it's like systemic. It's no joke. You will find a pop that was sold. Whoops, not that one. A pop that was sold. Okay, so we can't catch it. I pasted it here. You think I'd catch it. There we go. Let's see. So this was a pop there, right here. Pop that was sold. So then the machine continued to do that. So what I'm saying is, be careful jumping in to add. So if I'm long the stock, this is a daily chart, what everybody looks like. If I'm long the stock, I wouldn't add. I know it's entering a support zone. It looks like it. This, by the way, is the heaviest volume area of this whole. So this is a year's worth of data. Even including this spike, this zone from here to here has more volume than anything else by a long shot. Look at the size of the volume that happened from this price to that price. Not time, forget time. From this price to that price, all the volume is here. The rest has nothing compared to that. What does that mean? There are buyers lurking somewhere in here. So there should be buyers. Where though? So I wouldn't add. I know it's falling into support, but I wouldn't add. If I wanted to, quote, buy it on the way down on a flyer, that's fine. I just wouldn't go all in. So nothing about the fundamentals and why it should be lower or higher. I'm talking about stock price action, pure and simple. And I promise you this stuff plays out pretty accurately. If you don't believe me, join me live and you'll see how tick by tick intraday on a 30-second chart or on a 1-month chart, it's always the same. They are very predictable to a degree. We had a few times this week where things did not make sense, like this drop here did not make sense. I don't know if there was a headline or not. I don't listen to the news. But I bet you can probably find a reason why this broke trend. But everything else played out perfectly correctly. So my intention is to help somebody who is looking to add to a losing position. Now, according to this, if the markets rally this next week, we just had a big correction, 22%, I think, on the mega caps. So Fang Gang, that's like the best companies on the planet. They fell 22%. The small caps, the whole small caps fell more than 20%. So if we do rally back, this one should find a tailwind as well. But left alone, I think they will sell the pops. So be aware of somewhere around 18.2. That's a good milestone to break. And above 20. If I'm long, I wouldn't add. Because I don't know anything newer today, different today than I did last week. So if you have your own thesis on why it should now gain, so be it. I'm just trying to opine on the market price action itself. So I see that it has an earnings report. Maybe management comes out and says something fantastic that would change your mind. So it is important to focus on the price action. So the volume, so there's a big change in volume profile if I just change the time frame just a little bit. So take that with a grain of salt. Like if I just look at from this period of time, including last February, everything I said is true. If I scoot forward just 1 month, look at the volume profile. It changes tremendously. Okay, so a lot of the action was early on. Good luck with it. That's all I have to say.